For 33-year-old Polish farmer Mateusz Kulecki, June's European Parliament elections are his chance to elect representatives that will fight against what he says is excessive bureaucracy and interference in how he runs his land. When it comes to the European Parliament elections, being realistic, I don't think it will have a big influence on what will change, in particular for me. But if we as farmers manage to influence the election results, if we get people who support farmers elected, people who keep their feet firmly on the ground and think rationally, if we get these type of people elected to the European Parliament, and it will turn out that farmers played a big role in these elections, then I think it will be a good sign for both the farmers as well as society and the government that people take things in their own hands and have power to change some things. However, the Polish farmer is not so optimistic that the elections will bring radical change and believes farmers will need to keep protesting to get further changes to the Green Deal. We will keep advocating and fighting for our rights because, in my opinion, not much is going to happen after June 9th, and we will have to keep on applying pressure. We do not want to turn things upside down. We only want normality to come back. That's all. To appease farmers, the EU has loosened environmental regulations on fallow land, but the overall Green Deal vision for helping tackle climate change remains intact, supported by more than 24 laws passed over the last 5 years to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions that cause it. While Polish farmers point to the problems EU policies cause for them, the government is keen to stress the benefits 2 decades of membership have brought the country. According to the Polish Academy of Sciences, the main transformative factor has been the inflow of funds to agriculture. Sławomir Kalinowski, a professor at Pan's Institute of Rural Development and Agriculture, said the benefits to farmers from scrapping the Green Deal would only be short-term, and there would be costs over the long term to the sector, as well as to consumers. I think that it is not easy to save the European Green Deal, but, and I put 3 dots here, it is not that you can just throw it in the trash or water it down. I think that the European Green Deal in this form or another will be for sure implemented. The question is whether it will be in the form we know now, and it will be still called the European Green Deal, or whether it will be a different form. Maybe if it's a different form of a document, it will be discussed with farmers to a greater extent. The Institute of Public Finance of Poland has counted that from the beginning of integration into the EU until 2023, Polish agriculture received 67.1 billion euros or $73 billion. However, Polish farmers argue that although farmers see the pool of money growing, funds are being spent on things that do not help agricultural production. Poland, as a neighbor of Ukraine, has become a hotspot for protests that sprang up across Europe as farmers railed against cheap imports from the war-torn country, as well as restrictions placed on them by the EU's Green Deal to tackle climate change.